Enterprises like yours are confronted with multiple network and data security challenges. Protecting servers and data from internal intrusion or data breach, regulatory or compliance mandates, managing multiple security products for virtual and physical platforms, and segmenting the network with network firewall or VLAN technologies. Today, IT security professionals will agree that 55% of all intrusions come from employees and contractors within the network. And for a fifth straight year, insider intrusion increased by 7%, with an average cost of $7.2 million per incident, as reported by Ponemon Institute. Verizon Business reports nearly 80% of the companies suffering network intrusion did not meet regulatory or compliance mandates. We understand. Apani is pleased to announce EpiForce, a security product solving the multiple challenges facing the enterprise today through network segmentation, data encryption, and access control technologies. EpiForce protects against internal intrusion, meets regulatory and compliance mandates, and is transparent to network infrastructure and applications. EpiForce is easy to manage, cost-effective, and flexible. Financial institutions use EpiForce to encrypt data in motion to protect customer transactions and meet government regulations. Segmentation is implemented to protect the servers and clients. Retailers implement EpiForce to encrypt data communication between their cash registers at retail stores and servers at corporate headquarters. Educational institutions and hospitals use EpiForce to segment their networks by department and encrypt data communication when transferring patient or student information, credit cards, and social security numbers. Governments use EpiForce in many areas, including law enforcement, where sensitive information is protected through encryption and segmentation. EpiForce consists of three key components. They are the EpiForce Agent, EpiForce Admin Server with Database, and the EpiForce Admin Console. These three components work together to create logical security zoning and policy-based encryption of data in motion. Looking at an EpiForce deployment, an agent is a small software component installed on each server or endpoint supporting virtual and physical machines. Based on security policy, an agent can selectively allow or deny any incoming and outgoing traffic and selectively encrypt data in motion. Agents run on Microsoft Windows, Linux, Mac OS X, Solaris, AIX, HP UX, and IBM Systems Z. The Admin Console provides central management through an intuitive interface for defining and deploying policy to all EpiForce agents. The EpiForce Admin Server is a certificate authority and issues X509 version 3 certificates to agents when they are registered within the EpiForce domain. The Admin Server delivers security policy to each agent and interfaces with the EpiForce database, which stores the policy and agent data. Redundant admin servers and databases are included to provide system failover, resiliency, and load balancing to ensure maximum performance. EpiGuard, a hardware security appliance, is available in addition to the software agent for wired and wireless devices. The EpiGuard line of appliances scales to provide security from the data center to devices such as point-of-sale systems, mobile devices, printers, or legacy platforms. Network segmentation by EpiForce is an alternative to traditional network firewall or VLAN segmentation. EpiForce groups servers and desktops into logical security zones to enforce security policies. There are three policy options: transmit data in the clear, encrypt data between endpoints, deny network traffic. EpiForce supports overlapping zones and enables the enterprise to deploy and enforce consistent policies to each server, client, or user, no matter where they are located, and ensures that each user, inside or outside of the organization, has controlled access to the authorized systems. Leave the existing traditional security products in place because EpiForce overlays the existing infrastructure, implementing layered security to traditionally flat networks while protecting your initial investment. Encryption of data in motion is another EpiForce feature, adding a layer of security. EpiForce encryption is FIPS validated and provides the strongest security standards on the market. Within a zone, data can be selectively encrypted by application between systems. By selectively encrypting data in motion, EpiForce is able to minimize the overhead and send trusted data between systems. This is a powerful tool to secure your network and meet regulatory and compliance mandates. EpiForce segments desktops and servers that store, process, or transmits data, protects data and systems in multiple locations, controls access based on user identity, selectively encrypts data for efficient throughput, has central management for virtual and physical environments, provides layers of protection to flat network infrastructures, has in-depth security that is transparent and non-disruptive, and meets regulatory and compliance mandates. Now, let's take a look at EpiForce. This demonstration is running 5 virtual machines on a single host system. The first virtual machine has the Windows 2008 operating system. This interface is the EpiForce Admin Console. Running behind it are the EpiForce Admin Server and Database. You'll recognize within this VM Microsoft's Active Directory used to manage desktops. And we have 3 VMs running different operating systems, each with EpiForce agents. Agent 1 is Windows 7. Agent 2 is Red Hat 6. And Agent 3 is Windows XP. The first step demonstrates how Agents 1, 2, and 3 communicate with each other in a typical unmanaged flat network, using the Telnet protocol as an example. The second step of the demonstration creates a security zone, blocking Telnet communication between all agents. The third step creates an overlapping zone to encrypt data between agents, adding a layer of security. Finally, as a result of these zones, we demonstrate network segmentation. First, we'll demonstrate unmanaged communication between agents 1, 2, and 3 without any EpiForce zones configured. We run a simple batch file on agent 1 to create a Telnet session. Now we display the host name from agent 3 to demonstrate clear communication between the 2 agents. On agent 2, we run another batch file to create a Telnet session and then display the host name from agent 3. Without any zones, both Agent 1 and Agent 2 can connect to the Telnet server on Agent 3. Most network infrastructures are flat and allow communication between systems without identifying the user or protecting sensitive data. But EpiForce makes it easy to segment the network, limiting access and securing your systems. This is the main screen of the EpiForce Admin Console, where all security policies are defined for agents installed on virtual and physical systems. These are the 3 configured agents communicating without any zones configured. The agent enforces network security policies by allowing or denying access and selectively encrypting data. Installing new agents is simple and quick when using software distribution tools such as Microsoft Group Policy or LANDesk. In the second step, we create an external access zone to block communication to all 3 agents and choose to name our zone Deny. Then we select all of the agents we want to have within this zone and deny access to those agents through port 23. To demonstrate we no longer have access to the Telnet server on Agent 3, we will attempt a Telnet from Agents 1 and 2. As you can see, configuring the external access zone denies access to all 3 systems. Whether a zone is 50 or 5,000 members, the process to create a zone and control access is always the same. In the third step, we create an overlapping zone to allow encrypted communication from Agent 1 to Agent 3. After selecting Zone, we select the Client Server zone because it has a higher priority than the external access zone. Now, Agent 1 and Agent 3 are members of both the client-server zone and external access zone. To transmit encrypted data between agents, we assigned port 23. Since Agent 2 is only a member of the external access zone, it will not have access to Agent 3. Creating an overlapping zone and encrypting communication within that zone easily transforms a flat network into a segmented network with layers of security based upon the security policy you define. Finally, after clearing the current policy and distributing the new policy, Agent 1 is allowed to communicate with Agent 3. Remember, Agent 1 and Agent 3 can transmit encrypted data to each other, but Agent 2 cannot. Within a zone, data can be selectively encrypted between systems, minimizing the overhead and sending protected data between systems. Let's explore some of the EpiForce administrative features. The first is the admin server. Here, we have one admin server installed, but typically there will be two configured for resiliency. These are the graphics displaying the activity of each admin server. By looking at this graph, we can see how often agents request information from the admin server. Alerts and events can be defined, and based on these events, emails can be generated to notify the administrator. From the administrator setup window, multiple administrative roles can be defined. There are 7 roles ranging from read-only to full privileges. For additional security, EpiForce can require that all changes be approved by a second administrator before the changes are implemented. When the number of agents in an EpiForce system increases, it becomes important to organize the agents. Agents and users can be organized by containers or organizational units to simplify their inclusion in zones. We've already seen the directory screen in this list of agents, so let's take a look at the user objects. With EpiForce, network security policy can be defined based on host identity, Windows user ID, or a combination of both. This user list was imported from Active Directory. Users can be manually entered using the admin console, or they can be imported and regularly synchronized from Active Directory using LDAP. Auto agent registration is used to simplify remote agent installation. The Enrollments view displays a list of all the enrollments and can be limited by time and/or IP address. This concludes the introduction to EpiForce and its management features. Apani is based in Southern California with sales offices in the United States, United Kingdom, and Japan. Apani opened its doors in 2003 and has a long and rich history in the software security market. We developed multi-platform VPN software clients for Nortel and Cisco. Those products are used today by many throughout the world. We offer professional services for implementation and provide 24/7 support to ensure the highest level of security is available and operational at all times. Apani built a global network of strategic and channel partners to effectively serve enterprise security customers. Apani and its partners have a passion for client satisfaction, and we look forward to working with you to identify and solve your security requirements. Please give us a call or visit our website.